Okay, so with this coronavirus going on, I decided to make a video on my bread recipe. It's super easy, but I do use a bread machine. I use the Hamilton Beach bread machine. It's a little bit dirty, but it'll work just fine. So, what you'll need is a packet of yeast, 2 tablespoons of sugar, a 1/4 cup of, they said vegetable oil, but I use like an olive oil, canola oil, like mixture. And then 3 cups of bread flour, and I think a teaspoon of salt. So I will show that to y'all right now. Okay, don't mind the mess. I'm in the middle of cleaning. But what you do, it just turns and you can pull it right out. So that's that. Okay, so what I do first is I put in the yeast. And it's important to use the active dry and not the fast or rapid yeast. And I just sprinkle it all in there. Make sure you get it all. Then I do a cup of about room temperature water. Okay. You do 2 tablespoons of sugar. And what the sugar does, it doesn't make your bread sweet at all. It just helps the yeast activate. So. And then you just stir it around just a little bit, just to get everything mixed in there. And then you're going to want to leave that for about 10 to 15 minutes to let the yeast bubble up. And if your yeast doesn't bubble up, your yeast is dead and you probably have to get new yeast. Okay, so there's 3 cups. And then this is the oil that I use. It's just what I got, so it'll work fine. I've done it plenty of times before. And you're just going to do a 1/4 cup of oil. And just put it all in there. Okay. And then the last thing is you do just a teaspoon of salt. I'm doing this backwards. Hold on. Gosh. It's so humid here, so everything just sticks together. Do a little bit more. Okay. All right. And then once that's done, you just put it right in the bread machine. This is not working. Okay. You put it right in the bread machine. Make sure you tilt it. Something's going on with my freaking tripod. Okay. Sorry. Hold on. Okay. Plug it in, and it will be. And you want to do the first. Oh, you can't see anything. You want to do the first cycle, which is basic. So make sure it's on 1. And then I do a medium crust. And then the loaf size is about 1.5. And it'll take about almost 3 hours. And then you just hit start. And it will start to do its thing. And now you want to make sure that it's not too close to the edge of your counter. Because some of them do have a tendency to walk off the counter. So you just want to make sure that it's far away from the counter and that you're keeping a good eye on it every once in a while whenever it's spinning. This is a bread machine recipe. It's super easy. I mean, it takes me like 20 minutes, and the majority of that time is just waiting for the yeast to activate. And that's the biggest part. If your yeast doesn't activate, you have old yeast, so you always want to make sure that the expiration date on your yeast isn't, past whatever date it is. And then you want to make sure that you keep it cold. But then whenever you activate it, you want to make sure that it's in a warm area. I think that's it. I'll come back whenever it's done. It has about 2 hours and 50 minutes. So I'll come back and I'll show y'all how it looks, how it comes out. And yeah. So I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. I took a shower. That's why my hair is wet and frizzy. But there's still about a half an hour left. But I wanted to show you something. Not every loaf comes out perfectly. So let me show you. So this one kind of flattened out a little bit because I opened up the lid while it was proofing or rising or whatever. And I really shouldn't have it open now. But, sorry about the dirty screen. But sometimes it just doesn't dome. But like, it's still going to be really good. It's still going to be way better than any store-bought loaf you can get at the store. This will last forever. It stays pretty fresh. And depending on where you keep it, whether you keep it in like a bread box or whatever, or in your fridge, or I don't know, wherever, or in the freezer. I mean, if you keep it in the freezer, it's gonna last forever. So sometimes you'll get a nice domed, beautiful loaf of bread, and then sometimes you will get one that kind of deflates, like the one I just showed you. But it'll be really good. You'll know what is being put into your bread. That's why I make my own bread, because I know what is being put in it. So yeah, that's my bread recipe. That's the same bread recipe I have used for 3 years now, maybe 4, maybe. But I thought about something while I was, you know, waiting for this to cook. So if you're not doing this in a bread machine, what you can do is obviously mix it in a bowl and then take it out of the bowl. Make sure you have a nice floured surface, and then knead it for about, I don't know, I'd say anywhere from like 3 to 5 minutes, just because you don't want to knead it for too long, but then you don't want to knead it enough because then the gluten isn't activated. So I would say anywhere from like 3 to 5 minutes, just until everything's mixed in together and it's not sticky. So yeah, and then after you do that, I would, you know, grease up your loaf pan. I would put it in a warm place and put like plastic wrap over it or a nice clean towel over it and let it rise for an hour. And then I would preheat the oven at 350 and let it cook from like an hour, maybe 30 minutes to an hour, until it's golden brown. And then it should turn out the same as if you had a bread machine. So I will do like a little preview of what it looks like at the end, but that will be the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Tag me in your Instagram stories if you try this. My Instagram will be somewhere at the bottom of the screen. If you tag me, I'll share it or whatever. But let me know if you use this, and I hope this helps during these uncertain times, and I hope that this helps you out a lot, because yeah, there might not be bread available, but you can sure as heck make bread at home really easy with less than like 6 ingredients. It's super easy. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you try it. Tag me in your Instagram stories. My Instagram is down here. Follow me on Instagram, because I'll be doing more things on there as well. Like this video because it helps my channel grow. Subscribe to my channel because that also helps my channel grow. And I will see y'all next time. And also, let me know what else you would like to see. If you want to see more recipe videos, or you would want to see vlogs, or beauty videos, or get ready with me's, or whatever. Just let me know in the comments below, and I will see y'all next time. Here is what the bread looks like.